I'm Ellie Drake, and you're watching BraveHeart Women TV. You're watching BraveHeart Women TV. I'm Ellie Drake, and this is your global collaboration show. Do you embody your purpose in life? And if so, how do you stay focused and true to it in a world of distractions? In essence, are you loyal to your purpose? Woo. Our panelists are Christine Ariello, the queen of self-love and author of Choosing Me Before We. Karen May, healer and medicine woman, helping women shift into healing from the inside. Dr. Pamela Zimmer, BraveHeart Women expert who teaches us how to reverse conditioned beliefs and raise soul esteem. Jennifer McLean, founder and CEO of McLean Masterworks, the art of life mastery, and host of Healing with the, guess what, Masters. All right, wonderful. There you go.
Heal with someone, it might
as well.
Wonderful.
Healing with the dysfunctional.
Doesn't work, no.
Beautiful. So let's first start by talking about this. What is your purpose in life? And I know for many of us, it's such a big, overwhelming question. Most women that I know say, I don't know what my purpose is, as if we're waiting for something to show us our purpose. What is your purpose, Jennifer?
Two things. First of all, I think...
Looks like five.
Five.
It's all encompassing.
Yes. Yes.
First of all...
Yes.
First of all... I can tell everyone what their purpose is right this minute. It's about living the life that's right in front of you. It's about what's showing up right now in front of you and not dismissing it, not making it wrong and not being a victim of it, but just embracing what's right in front of you and saying, this is the palette I have to work with.
Okay.
And I'm going to paint a life from this palette.
But isn't there something that we're authentically connected with on a soul level?
Yeah, yes, I agree. Yeah, absolutely. We start with, but see, most of us think that there's something more than just our life. The life is the foundation.
Okay.
Right? So we have this life that we're here to experience fully, that we're to have this juicy adventure with. And so once we kind of embrace the life that's right in front of us is a good one. Then we have the space to create something that's even richer from that. This is a perfect example of someone whose life became a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. Whose illness, what was right before them, and the adventure of that illness then became a purpose.
Which 7 years in a wheelchair, by the way, and now medicine woman.
Wow.
Because of that. So embracing the life that's in front of you as you evolve into what life has in store for you.
Yes.
Ooh, well said.
Like that. Yeah. Ding, ding. Yes. What about your purpose, Christine?
Well, my purpose is to inspire and teach women and girls around the world how to fall madly in love with themselves.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And at one point, you had a life that was in front of you that requested you to fall madly in love with you.
It did, and I love what you're saying because it's in the space. Like when you're present with your life tells you that.
Yeah.
And for me, it was a specific moment when I realized that I had a lot of self-esteem and I had a lot of confidence, but I didn't love myself. And so I asked the question, how do I fall in love with myself?
Yeah.
And so I went on my own personal journey, and then I started realizing, well, none of my girlfriends know how to love themselves either. Oh, we have this whole chasm of like misunderstanding.
Yes.
This is my purpose. And so my whole life orients around self-love.
Yes. So our purpose is something that is so much deeper than, you know, just I need to have a purpose. It's
not
like
a job either. It's not a job.
I feel like it's a kind of inner calling, really.
Calling, for sure.
It's what you were created for.
But you know, I have to pause just 1 minute because not everyone is called. I have to say that everyone here is called. That's
not everyone is called.
Not everyone has a calling. I don't think. I mean, that's just my opinion. Well, but I think everyone has a passion and a purpose.
There we go.
But not necessarily a calling is something that you know, allows you to move beyond. A calling takes your every aspect of your being. You have a calling. This is your calling. You have a calling
But
and
I
healing.
feel like that's the way you're interpreting the word calling. We could interpret the word calling to mean a woman who gives everything she has to her family, and that is her purpose and that is her calling. She was created to serve in that way.
Yeah, and
So,
yeah, that's good. That's really
But I
clarifying.
also don't just want to
semantics.
talk about the giving part, because for me, purpose, like a feminine
Receiving.
energy of looking at purpose is receiving. It's not just giving. In fact, I feel like many of us distract ourselves by giving, thinking that we are on purpose, but really being connected to purpose is very much a state of receiving that which you are called to do. Now, I do have to say, isn't the purpose of purpose a sense of calling?
Yeah, but you know, I've through working with many clients through the years, you know, I have a calling. There's no doubt about it that I have a calling.
So a gardener doesn't have a calling?
He might, but there's a semantics here that I think can get people in trouble with purpose. Because they feel it has to be huge, momentous, and a calling.
And it feels like I don't have one.
Exactly.
Why don't I have one of those?
And that's not it. So I just want to kind of qualify that if you're not feeling called, you know, that you're okay. It's okay that you don't have this deep inner calling. You might find that. And if you don't have it, it's all right. You know, you're not abnormal.
I can see that, you know, saying that don't keep judging your purpose because it doesn't feel like this huge sense of calling.
It's not big enough.
And the family thing might be a calling, but they're not going to see it as that.
Yes.
But what if they did?
We can help them
But
see
what
it.
if? What if we did? What if, as women, we took back the word calling and we said, whatever's in my heart, and if I'm on purpose, and that is my calling.
Yes. Let's
Good. Very good.
Redefine
So if my
calling.
calling is taking care of my beautiful flowers in my garden, and that's all I want to do.
That's a calling.
That's my calling.
That's your calling. And
Very good.
everybody, in essence, does have a calling.
Yes.
It's their passion. It's what gets them up out of bed every day.
There you go.
That lets them, gives them the juice. And so, like you're saying, Ellie, it could be just to take care of your garden.
Yes. Don't judge your
The
calling.
size of your calling.
The size of your calling.
Right on. Right
Don't
on.
judge.
It's not about the size.
Bigger doesn't mean better necessarily. Size does not matter.
Size does not matter.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Size does not matter when it comes to your calling. There we go. Wonderful. When it comes to your calling.
Size matters in other realms.
It might not even come from deep within. It might be just some kind of a desire you have to move
Or a
towards
joy.
Yes.
the flowers.
Yeah, or a
Yes.
joy.
Or a
Just
joy.
simple joy.
Yeah.
That
So
could be
don't
your
even judge
calling.
it based on the depth of where it came from within you.
Yeah.
And
You
if
know?
you keep following that passion, you never know where it's going to lead you.
Yeah.
And it might be just the first step that
You're right.
taking.
The first step until more clarity, until your calling will say, okay, great. Now here's the next level if you choose.
I think this is a really important point, which is do what's right before you.
Yes,
You know,
very
not
much.
like, you know, I was working with someone the other day and she was saying, I want to create these stories online and I want to raise $5 million. So I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
There's a couple steps.
There's a couple
Or,
steps
exactly.
before the $5 million. What is right in front of you? What is the very next step?
And that's a beautiful point because maybe this person thought, I need to have this big calling, so let me make something up. But then that's not really the essence of purpose. That overwhelms us.
Yes.
It becomes mental.
And that's
We're
when you
not
become
tapped
distressed.
into the juicy.
And we're not co-creating
Yes,
with the divine.
components of purpose.
Because that's
Yes.
the thing. It's like if it's really our purpose, it's coming from that soul, from that heart place. We're not really in control.
We were putting too many expectations
Too
on our
many
purpose.
expectations, and then we beat ourselves up because we're not doing enough versus releasing and opening and receiving to divine guidance.
Beautiful show. Thank you, ladies. Remember, we enjoy hearing from you, so don't forget to share your questions and comments in the BraveHeart Women TV discussion boards. In the meantime, be sure to go to braveheartwomencore.com and find out what the Core Inner Circle is all about. You can also access Jennifer's exclusive video, 7 Steps to Cope and Thrive in Extreme Times, in your Core member section. On behalf of our panelists, Christine, Karen, Pamela, Jennifer, and myself, Ellie, thank you for watching BraveHeart Women TV, and remember, be inspiration in action.